Right, good afternoon everyone. We're going to do something a bit different today. We're just going to have a little discussion. I guess I've got a question for you. I'll just do a little bit of, background for anyone new that's watching. So we share milk on my parents' farm, 50-50 share milk. And we are once a day. We only milk in the morning. So one thing that we've done just in the last couple of years, we've shortened our mating, so now we're up to 7 weeks total. So we do 3 weeks with the bull, 3 weeks AB, 4 weeks with the bull, and our 6 weekend calf rate tomorrow will be 6 weeks. We've got 9 left. We're going to be milking around, I think I've got 203, so we're nearly 95% done. Tomorrow we'll know exactly, but so you're 95% 6 weeks. Half the herd calves in 2 weeks, so we're pretty condensed calving. So no intervention. We don't do any seeders or any injections or anything like that. It's all just au naturel. So yeah, we've done the 7 week mating for 2 years now, and we've done 10.5% empty both times, so I think that's all good. And we've done, last season we done 370 milk solids, or 371 milk solids a cow, so I think that's pretty good for once a day. I guess we're at the next, what's next, because last year was the first time we did maize. So we did maize. I fed out in the paddocks, wasted a lot in the paddocks, got crops, little circles where the maize was, fed the last bit out in those palm kernel bins. So we've got palm kernel bins, which have got palm kernel in at the moment. I'm just using it to fill a bit of a gap. We don't feed too much, maybe 30 tonne a year or something like that, not even that. So this is our current setup. We've got yeah, it can fit about, I think I worked it out, I could fit 30, because if I was to put that in the middle and be able to feed both sides, it would be 60. So I guess the question is, this is what I want you guys to answer or give me your opinion. Maize or in-shed feed system, or both. So you've got to remember, we are once a day. We're only stocked at about 2.6 cows to the hectare, so might even be less than that now actually. I'll work it out. So we're currently at 2.5 cows to the hectare. When we came here, we had 245 cows. This is our 6th season, but over those years we've dropped the numbers back, and we've done more production per cow and more production overall. So they say that when you go once a day, you're meant to up your stocking rate, but I've never really believed that, because I believe that once a day cows can eat a lot, and produce well. So I guess my question is, should I put an in-shed feed system in? I've never really been a fan of them. Sam down the road's got one. A few people I know have got one. They are a cheap, a cheap and not too labor intensive high input system, essentially, because all you're going to do is you're going to pull the cords. But the one reason why I haven't really been too fussed about in-shed feed system is trying to keep the cost low. But obviously if you feed more, you're going to make more milk. But I've always liked having a nice open cow shed. I've been in some cow sheds where the bins are in there and it's dark as, but I guess I can turn on lights and I only milk in the morning, so I guess that's irrelevant. But yeah, I have a nice clean tidy cow shed without the troughs, and that's just my opinion. I'm sure other people got other opinions, but yeah, I guess the question is, if there are any once a day farmers that are watching, do you have in-shed feed system, and do you think it's worth it? Because how much more production am I going to gain by putting meal in and feeding it? How much should I feed? I probably will, if I was to do something like this, or feed more maize, then I would definitely probably lift my stocking rate a bit. But as it is, with just pretty much a grass-based system with a few extra inputs, you know, silage, a little bit of palm kernel, turnips, and maize. Yeah, pretty much grass-based. So before I come to this farm, there's a lot of information to take in here, and I'm not putting it in a very good order, I guess, but you'll work it out. So before we went shear milking, I worked on my auntie's farm, a high input farm. I did do a video about it. It's where Sam is. So yeah, they had a feed pad there, so I quite like a feed pad. Like, it'd be pretty easy to make this one bigger or turn it into a feed pad, and there's plenty of advantages that come with having a feed pad. As it becomes a standoff area, you know, you can stand the cows off in the winter and feed them here, you know, not making too much mess in the paddock. So yeah, let me know what your thoughts are. I'm thinking about growing 2 hectares more maize this year, so it'll be about what was it, 3.7 hectares. So yeah, I'm going to be able to feed a bit more maize. But obviously with maize, you know, you got to run your tractor, you got to get it to the paddock, you make a little bit of mess, so it'd be better to be feeding it in the troughs. So one thing I'm really interested in is yeah, how much production do you think I would gain? That's where, if there's anyone on here that's watching that's once a day got an Inshed feed system in, what production are you doing with a meal feeder? Yeah, so we've got this cow shed's nearly 30, next year it'll be 30 years old, so it's a pretty modern old cow shed. So with our maize, we are just putting it in the bunker over there where we put our silage. So we'll put silage in there first, feed it out, and then put maize in, to make this feed pad big enough for, or to make this exit race big enough to be a feed pad. It's got to actually be made quite a bit bigger, because I'd probably put, if I was doing it, and all this stuff costs money, so this is just dreams and ideas, but I'd put a single row of bins down there, leave that one there, probably, well, have to move it over a bit, and then you'd probably have to have another double, make it a bit longer, you know, come down here further, come down this way, and then have another row of these ones over here, and then a outside row. So yeah, I don't know, it's very interesting. I'll be very interested to see what you guys' thoughts are on all this. So I'm open to opinions. I'm not gonna get mad, it's just an idea. So yeah, let me know what you think. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you somewhere else on the farm. See ya.